I was at my local vintage toy store in search of some new TMNT stuff, which unfortunately wasn't a success. But on my way out of the store, something caught my eye. Tonka's 1986 Legions of Power in-flight command vehicle and planetary control vehicle, or vehicles, as they're apparently interchangeable. I don't know much about these, but one look and I was sold. The box art was really cool, it's got a display window, and who doesn't love tiny action figures? The boxes are in pretty bad shape, and this one's missing the instructions, so I figured I'd crack them open and do a review. I'd hate to let them sit there and gather dust. As you can see, the unassembled parts are stored in a large plastic tray, which is advertised as reusable. Here's my single bag of instructions, which contains an instruction book, a catalog of other sets, a sticker sheet, and a comic book. Now comes the hard part. Although the boxes aren't sealed, there are some sealed bags in the trays. I'm just going to cut these open. There's no going back now. Might as well build these things. I think I'll start with the Tech Dynasty vehicle since I have the instructions and we'll be able to get a feel for how these things work. The instructions are pretty easy to understand, but it's still taking me a while because I've never actually had any experience with these. Building with these isn't as easy as building with Legos, but it's still pretty fun. That took a while, but the result was well worth it. One problem I ran into is that the connections are pretty tight, which makes separating them a bit of a hassle if you make a mistake. If two pieces get stuck, and these two seem to get stuck most often, just use one of these Lego things or something like it to pry it loose. I'm just going to put the figures in, and then I'll get the Star Legion set put together. Remember, I'm doing this one without instructions, so it's likely to be more of a challenge. Because I have all the packaging, I do have a photo of it, but it's only from one angle. So far there's been a lot of trial and error, but it's going pretty well. There's some parts where I'm not sure I've done them right, such as the 3 rockets on the back, but other than that, I think I'm doing pretty well. Here's the final result. It may not be 100% accurate, but close enough. You can see they look very impressive when fully assembled, and that's mostly thanks to the large custom pieces included in each set. These pieces also differentiate the sets, making them feel unique, despite sharing a lot of the same parts. And although the pieces tend to get stuck, the building works well, and making your own vehicle isn't too hard. Every part is made of a heavy, durable plastic, and once fully assembled, the toys are sturdy and have a good deal of play value, thanks to those custom pieces. This one's my personal favorite. The figures are pretty cool too. As you just saw, there are plenty of ways for them to interact with the sets. They're about 2 Mighty Maxes tall and have 4 points of articulation. There are troopers, which you just saw. These guys are just generic army builders. Then there are lieutenants. There are 4 lieutenants on each side, and they're exclusive to whichever set they come packed with. They use the same mold as the troopers, but each lieutenant has a different color scheme. The only figures that have unique molds are the commanders. I don't have them, but you can see them here. Another thing I wanted to mention is how little information there is for these online. I couldn't find any instructions online other than physical copies you have to buy, so I'm just going to go through some photos of parts and instructions in case anyone out there needs some help. One last thing. You might be wondering what I'm going to do with those stickers, and the answer is absolutely nothing. I'm just going to store them. Stickers don't age well, and it's not worth it if they're just going to fall off. I'm also not going to do anything with this little rubber pipe because it feels very flimsy and I would rather not break it. That's about it. I hope this is helpful and or entertaining. Let me know if there are any other toy lines I should talk about, and thanks for watching.